Hey everyone, it's Cash Compass, and today we're talking about something crucial for everyone. Saving money at every age. Before we dive into the exact numbers, here's why this matters. Saving isn't just about building a rainy day fund, it's your ticket to freedom. Freedom to retire comfortably, to travel the world, to live life on your own terms, without constantly worrying about running out of money. And trust me, that peace of mind is priceless. Now you might be thinking, Graham, I'm drowning in bills, rent is sky high, and I can barely afford avocado toast, let alone retirement. I get it, we've all been there. But here's the thing, the earlier you start, even with small amounts, the better. Time and consistency are like magic when it comes to building wealth. And your money absolutely loves magic. So let's break down how to save smart at every stage of your life, starting with your 20s. Alright, so you're in your 20s, you might be fresh out of college, navigating the job market, maybe figuring out this whole adulting thing. Your income might not be huge yet, and you've probably got student loans breathing down your neck. Trust me, I've been there. But here's the thing, your 20s aren't about getting rich quick. They're about building the right habits and setting yourself up for long-term success. Think of it like building a solid foundation for a skyscraper. It might not look like much now, but it's absolutely essential for everything that comes later. The goal here is simple. Save at least 10 to 15% of your income. I know, easier said than done, right? But hold on, I'm not saying you need to become a monk and live off ramen noodles for the next decade. Even if you can only manage 5% right now, that's fantastic. The key is to simply start. Treat saving like any other essential expense, like your rent or phone bill. It's non-negotiable. Now, let's talk about how to actually make saving happen without relying solely on willpower. Because let's be honest, willpower is about as reliable as a used car salesman. The secret? Automation, my friends. Think of it like this. You don't have to consciously remember to pay your rent every month, right? It just happens automatically. We're going to do the same thing with your savings. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your savings account every single payday. And the best part? You can start small. Even $25 or $50 per paycheck adds up over time, especially with the power of compound interest working its magic. Speaking of compound interest, let's talk about why you need to start taking advantage of retirement accounts like yesterday. If your employer offers a 401k match, contribute enough to get the full match. This is literally free money, people. It's like getting a 100% return on your investment instantly. Don't leave that on the table. Next up, open a Roth IRA. This is a retirement account that lets your money grow tax-free. And since you're young and probably in a lower tax bracket, now's the perfect time to start maxing it out. Plus, you can always withdraw your contributions penalty-free if you need to, which gives you some flexibility. Look, I get it. Retirement might seem like a lifetime away, but trust me, it sneaks up on you faster than you think. By starting early and automating your savings, you're setting yourself up for a future where you're not stuck working until you're 80 just to make ends meet. And isn't that what financial freedom is all about? Alright, you've hit your 30s. You're probably more established in your career, maybe even considering buying a house or starting a family. Life is getting real, and so are your financial goals. Now's the time to kick your savings into high gear. You're hopefully earning more than you were in your 20s, and you've got a few years of experience under your belt. The goal now? Aim to save 15 to 20% of your income. I know that sounds like a big jump. But remember, we're playing the long game here. The more you can save now, the less you'll have to worry about later. Plus, think of all the avocado toast you can buy in retirement with those sweet, sweet compound returns. Now let's talk about where to put all that hard-earned cash. First and foremost, you need a solid emergency fund. We're talking 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses stashed away in a safe, accessible account. This is your financial safety net, your peace of mind. It protects you from life's unexpected curveballs, job loss, medical emergencies, car troubles, without having to resort to high-interest credit cards or, even worse, dipping into your long-term investments. Next up, keep maxing out those retirement accounts. Remember the Roth IRA and 401k we talked about earlier? Those are your best friends when it comes to building long-term wealth. Time is still on your side, and every dollar you invest now has decades to potentially grow. Saving is great, but to really build wealth, you need to put your money to work. That means investing. Don't worry, you don't need to be a Wall Street whiz to do this right. Start with low-cost index funds and ETFs. These are diversified investments that track the performance of the overall market. They're simple, effective, and perfect for long-term growth. Think of it like owning a tiny piece of hundreds of different companies, spreading your risk and maximizing your potential returns. Remember, even if you can only invest a small amount each month, every little bit helps. The key is to start now and stay consistent. Your future self will thank you big time. Alright, you're in your 40s now. You might have a family, a mortgage, maybe even a couple of car payments. Life is getting real. But guess what? Your retirement is getting closer too. This is the time to really kick your savings into high gear, especially if you haven't been as diligent as you should have been in your earlier years. The name of the game now is catching up. You want to be putting away 20 to 25% of your income towards retirement. I know that sounds like a lot, but trust me, the sooner you start, the easier it gets, thanks to this magical little thing called compound interest. Remember that condo I bought for $350,000 that's now worth over $1 million? That's compound interest at work. The money you save in your 40s has the potential to grow significantly by the time you retire. But you gotta be aggressive. Don't just set it and forget it. Actively manage your investments. Make sure you're taking advantage of any employer matching programs. And consider increasing your contributions every time you get a raise. Because you know what's worse than working when you're 65, working because to when you're 65. Now I know what you might be thinking, Graham, 25% is a lot. How am I supposed to save that much? And it's a fair question. But here's the thing. Saving isn't just about earning more, it's also about spending less. And one of the biggest traps people fall into in their 40s is lifestyle inflation. You get a raise, you buy a nicer car, you get a bonus, you upgrade your vacation. It's a slippery slope, and before you know it, you're spending just as much, if not more, than you were before, despite earning more. Instead of letting lifestyle inflation eat away at your savings, focus on living below your means. That doesn't mean you have to live like a pauper. It just means being mindful of your spending and making sure you're prioritizing your long-term financial goals over short-term gratification. Remember, the goal here is to retire comfortably, not to impress your neighbors with a fancy car you can't really afford. Look, I get it, life happens. Sometimes you need to take on debt. But if you're carrying around a lot of high-interest debt, now is the time to get serious about paying it down. Credit card debt, personal loans, even that car payment, it's all eating into your potential savings. Imagine this. Every dollar you pay in interest is a dollar that could be working for you in the market. That's why it's crucial to create a plan to aggressively pay down your debt as quickly as possible. There are a lot of different strategies out there, like the snowball method or the avalanche method. Find what works best for you, but whatever you do, don't just ignore it. Debt can feel overwhelming, but tackling it head-on is one of the best things you can do for your financial future. Remember, the goal is to enter your 50s with as clean a financial slate as possible. That way, you can really focus on maximizing your retirement savings and enjoying the fruits of your labor. Welcome to your 50s, folks. You're officially in the home stretch towards retirement. This is it, the final push. And just like in any race, the last leg requires the most focus and determination. Your goal now is clear. Max out those retirement contributions and laser focus on building that nest egg. Remember how I said 20 to 25% was important in your 40s? Well, now it's time to crank it up even further. Aim for 25% or more if you can swing it. I know, easier said than done, right? But listen, the good news is the government actually gives you a little boost once you hit 50. That's right, you get to make what are called catch-up contributions to your 401k and IRA accounts. This means you can sock away even more money pre-tax, giving your retirement savings a serious turbocharge. Trust me, every little bit counts, especially at this stage in the game. Now, let's talk about a little something called the Health Savings Account, or HSA for short. This, my friends, is a triple tax advantage powerhouse that can be a game changer for your retirement healthcare costs. If you're eligible and not everyone is, so check with your employer. You need to be maxing this out alongside your 401k. Why is the HSA so great? Well, first, you get to contribute pre-tax dollars, lowering your taxable income. Second, the money grows tax-free. But here's the best part. You can withdraw the money tax-free in retirement for qualified medical expenses. Think about it. Your healthcare costs in retirement are likely going to be one of your biggest expenses. Having a healthy HSA can provide huge peace of mind, knowing you've got a dedicated pot of money to cover those costs without getting hit with a massive tax bill. Okay, it's time to get real. Retirement isn't just some abstract concept anymore, it's right around the corner. And that means it's time to start thinking about what you actually want your retirement to look like. Do you want to travel the world? Buy a vacation home? Or maybe just relax and spend time with family? Whatever your vision, you need to start planning for it now. That means figuring out how much money you'll need to support your desired lifestyle, factoring in things like housing, healthcare, travel, and entertainment. Don't just assume you'll figure it out when you get there. It's time to crunch the numbers, identify any potential income gaps, and adjust your savings strategy accordingly. This is where working with a financial advisor can be incredibly valuable. They can help you create a comprehensive retirement plan that aligns with your goals and risk tolerance. Remember, you've worked hard your whole life. Now it's time to make sure those golden years are truly golden. Alright, so you've hit the big 60. Congratulations. You've worked hard, you've saved diligently, and now it's time to shift gears. We're no longer in wealth building mode, we're in wealth preservation mode. Think of it like this. You've spent years building this incredible financial fortress. And now it's about reinforcing the walls, making sure the drawbridge is sturdy, and having a plan for any potential sieges. That means taking a close look at your investment strategy, understanding how much you can safely withdraw each year, and making sure your money lasts as long as you need it to. Because let's be real, none of us know how long we'll be around, but we want to make sure our loved ones are taken care of and that we can enjoy our golden years without constantly stressing about money. Now, the stock market has historically been the best way to build long-term wealth. But as we approach retirement, we need to adjust our sails a bit. We don't have the same risk tolerance as a 20-year-old who can ride out market downturns. A major loss at this stage could seriously impact your retirement plans. That's why it's crucial to start gradually shifting towards a more conservative portfolio. This might involve increasing your bond allocation, exploring annuities, or adding more stable, dividend-paying stocks to the mix. Remember, we're not talking about completely abandoning growth, but finding a balance between protecting what you've earned and allowing for some continued growth to outpace inflation. One popular strategy for retirement withdrawals is the 4% rule. Essentially, this suggests withdrawing 4% of your portfolio each year, adjusted for inflation, to make your money last for 30 years or more. Now keep in mind this is just a guideline, and your individual circumstances might require a different approach. That's why it's crucial to work with a financial advisor who can help you create a personalized withdrawal strategy. They can help you factor in things like your estimated life expectancy, healthcare costs, potential long-term care needs, and any legacy goals you may have. Remember, this is the culmination of decades of hard work. You owe it to yourself to make sure your money is working as hard for you as you worked for it. Look, I get it. Saving money can feel like a chore, especially when you're young and have a million other things you'd rather spend your money on. But here's the thing. The sooner you start, the easier it becomes. It's like that old saying, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Even if you can only save a small amount right now, every little bit counts. It's all about building that habit, that financial muscle memory. And trust me, the future you will thank you for it. Imagine being able to retire comfortably, travel the world, or simply have the peace of mind knowing you're financially secure. That's the power of starting. On the prize financial freedom and a secure future. Imagine this. You're 65 years old, sitting on a beach somewhere, sipping a margarita and watching the sunset. You're not worried about work, bills, or money. You're free to enjoy your life, spend time with loved ones, and pursue your passions. That's the dream, right? And it's a dream that's within reach if you start planning and saving today. So, set those financial goals, automate your savings, and watch your money grow. Your future self will thank you for it. If this video helped you, smash that like button, subscribe for more, and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. And tell me in the comments, what's your personal savings goal right now? Let's motivate and encourage each other.